Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Motivational Monday, where each one teach one. Myself and Philly is here. Philly, how you doing?
I'm all right. Not as good as you, though. My GPS would not allow me to go further than where I was. So, where are
Right.
you, sis?
So we here on location. I'm in Long Island by my girlfriend Adiola. She's hosting her co-workers today and some friends. So I came across the support. You know how it
Nice.
is, V.
I know how it is. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I need to be a co-worker.
I know. All right, so let's
All right.
start with a prayer. Okay.
All right.
Righty, let's do this, Philly.
All right.
Okay.
Eh, You gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Oh,
it.
okay.
Father, thank you for your grace. Is astounding. It is very essence of your love. A love that chooses to save, redeem, and embrace. Despite our flaws and sin, daily we are reminded of how much we fall short, and yet your grace remains steadfast, never wavering, never diminishing. As we navigate the complexities of life, let your grace be the guiding force, reminding us that we are loved beyond measures and that you are always by our side. Father, without your grace, we are nothing, but through you, we have everything. Lord, for anyone that is sick right now, heal them, dear Lord Jesus. Thank you for having us and letting us live to see another day in the land of the living. If anyone is sick right now, heal them, dear Lord Jesus. Put your arms around them and bind them, dear Lord. Oh, Father God, we ask for your love and your mercy. In no other name but in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Beautiful prayer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome. Word of the week.
All right. Our word of the week is galumph, which is Galumph.
Ga-
Galumph.
And
Yes.
what gallant means.
Galumph means to move with a clumsy, heavy tread. So when I hear galumph, I think of galoop.
Gallop, like gallop.
Right. Or
Yeah.
galloping, exactly.
Yes.
So it was such an interesting word, and it just means to move clumsy or heavily with a heavy tread. So galumph.
Well,
Okay.
that that was a new one for me, I would say, right?
I've never heard it, so this is a
Yes.
good one for us, right?
Yes. So we
Okay.
want to do birthday shout outs. We want to
Mhm.
say happy birthday to my niece Terrian. Today's her birthday. I want to say happy birthday to Polly. Polly was at the barbecue blessing on Saturday. Thank you very much, guys. Have a blessed, wonderful, and safe week.
Mhm.
Marissa Butler, she's belated birthday. Her birthday was yesterday. I think it's Leo season, so happy birthday to all the Leos, right?
All the Leos in the house. Yes,
So
yes,
just because the
yes.
Virgo season, or we not in Virgo season yet.
Not yet.
All right, and I want to say shout
Almost.
out to my friend Marina's son Giovanni. Happy
Mhm.
birthday to you, Giovanni. All right, so let's do this, Philly.
Okay. So we're gonna do the verse of the day, and
Yes.
our verse of the day is taken from Psalms 84, verses 5 to 7. It says, "What joy for those whose strength comes from the Lord, who have set their minds on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. When they walk through the valley of weeping, it will become a place of refreshing springs. The autumn rains will clothe it with blessings, and they will continue to grow stronger, and each of them will appear before God in Jerusalem." Amen.
Amen.
Yes. So I think for me, this verse really signifies how God wants to prosper us, no matter what you are going through. If you shine your face towards Him, that He will continue to bless it and glorify you in every way, as long as you continue to edify Him
Right.
and as long as you continue to have strength. Because even with difficult times, sometimes our faith we're treading, we tread with it. It's like
It's come like
sometimes.
in faith.
Exactly, like treading faith in a sense, right?
Right.
So I think when he says that when they walk through the valley of weeping, it will become a place of refreshing springs, is because even in hard times,
Yes.
sometimes you feel like even when you're reaching the bottom, you can only go up from there. And that's what God wants us to know, is
Right.
that to be patient and edify him so he can glorify you. Amen.
I think that's good too, because
Mhm.
sometimes I think people get impatient,
Correct.
especially when they want things when they want it,
Mm-hmm.
and he don't move like that.
Right.
He say he wouldn't give us more than we could bear, but he also say trust in him,
Right.
lean on him,
Right.
not our own understanding,
Understanding.
or
Amen.
want us to, people who want this now,
Mm-hmm.
so he's saying it's just lean on him, and
Mm-hmm.
everything is going to be all right.
Right.
Cast our burden on him. He
Yeah.
said vengeance is not ours, it's his own.
It's his
So
own.
whether
Yeah.
our brothers or sister trespass against us, you know
Mhm.
he will take that burden.
Yes.
So we shouldn't
Yes.
worry, and we have to have a forgiving heart, because if we
Yes.
don't have a forgiving heart, who is we that we can't forgive our neighbor, and he died on that cross for our soul? So I just
Amen.
always remember that, to try to walk that road. And like my sister called me today about a situation, and I told her that person have their portion,
Mm-hmm.
because karma is real, and
Right.
she's waiting right around the corner. Sometimes it may not happen 1 month, 2 months, a
Right.
year, 2 years. Karma is there. You
Right.
understand? So we
Right.
have
Right.
to, you know, don't worry about other people burden,
Right.
because
Right.
they cause things upon themselves,
Right.
that when things happen to them, karma, she's right around the corner.
Absolutely. I love the fact that you talk about patience and to know that God's time is God's time, not our time.
Not our
So
time.
we can't rush him. So
No, we
amen to
can
that.
rush.
I
Yes.
love it. Awesome. I love it. Okay. So
So wait, before you do that, I'll do health
uh-huh.
tip, and then you will shout out who you have, right?
Okay, yep, absolutely. Yep.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to talk a little bit about what are puffy eyes, because I think a lot of people suffer with puffy eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people say it's lack of rest. So let's read and see what they say, right?
Okay. Yep.
Puffy eyes, to a common condition where the areas around your eyes appear swollen or puff up. While it might look similar, puffy eyes are not same as swollen eyes. The key difference between puffy eyes and swollen eyes in the underlying cause and the degree of increased volume in the eyelids. Puffy eyes are usually temporary and often harmless, resulting from factors like lack of sleep, crying, or fluid retention, where swollen eyes can be a sign of underlying condition that might require medical attention. Understanding this distinction can help you determine the appropriate course of action. The symptoms of puffy eyes can vary depending on what is causing them. Swollen or puffy eyes may also be accompanied by one or more of the following symptoms. The combination of symptoms can help ascertain the likely cause. You might experience one or more of the common signs: swelling around your eyes, dark circles under the eyes, redness or irritation, sensitivity to light, that's me, watery eyes, itching or discomfort, a feeling of heaviness around your eyes. Causes: puffy eyes can result from a variety of factors ranging from lifestyle choices to medical condition. Understanding these causes can help you pinpoint why you're experiencing puffiness and guide you towards the right solution. While most causes are temporary and easy, some might require medical attention. Common reason behind puffy eyes: allergies. I know some people suffer with that. Lack of sleep, that's always at number one. Crying, you can also get it from that. High salt diet, excess sodium can lead to fluid retention. Aging, as you get older, the skin around your eyes become less elastic. Hereditary factors, some people are generically predisposed to puffy eyes. Dehydration, not drinking enough of water, can cause puffiness. Eye infection, for example, can cause swelling. Sinus problem, hormonal changes, trauma or injury to the eye, and poor diet. When should you see a general practitioner? When puffy eyes are often harmless, it's a good idea to check with your doctor or optometrist if the puffiness lasts for more than a day or two. Some symptoms might indicate more serious complication. Seek medical attention from your doctor. So a lot of people I know this affect them, and if I read one of the symptoms there, guys, and it's affecting you, please, we're not doctors. Always remember disclaimer. We are reading from Google. Okay, Philly.
Okay, that's really good. I like the fact that you made the distinction between puffy eyes and what'd you say, puffy versus
The swollen eyes.
swollen. Right, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
yeah,
Because I think people always think one is indicative upon lack of sleep, and another one could just be a medical condition that's going on with you. Also, I think sometimes swollen eyes can also be a factor of autoimmune disease as well, like Graves' disease. When your
yeah,
eyes just start looking really big and
yeah.
bulky. So I think it's really important to if you see a change, then do something about it. I think with me, I started to notice when I had this condition where my
I
eyes,
remember.
one of my eyes, right, and I was in the hospital for a month and a half. I missed Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, or I stayed all in the hospital in Long Island,
Right,
and they kept saying it was a blocked tear duct, but it was more than that. I personally feel it was spiritual warfare going on, because and also high stress, because as soon as I left teaching, it literally just went away as if it never happened. And I
right,
spent so much time in the hospital under antibiotics and steroids. And then the steroids make me more puffy, So these are
right,
all the after effects of taking all these medications that's supposed to help you. And then
right.
sometimes it makes things worse. So definitely go get it checked out.
Yeah, we
So
just want to say thank you,
mhm.
Raymond. Good night. Happy belated birthday, Carrie. Florida in the house. Anthony, South Florida. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you guys for locking in and supporting us every Monday. And
Yep.
before you start, Philly, I just want to say thank you to everybody that came out to
Mhm.
my barbecue blessing on Saturday. I celebrated 21 years. Since I come in this country, it started with a backyard hang and moved to what it is today. So I just want to say thank you to my loyal friends and family for supporting year in, year out. This coming October, look out for my cancer walk. It's going to be year number 2, Pretty in Pink. Get your package. It's $25 for the t-shirt, and you're going to get light refreshments. Okay, it's all yours.
All right. Thank you for that. Yes, it was a wonderful, wonderful event. So
Thank
thank you
you.
for having me part of that circle. I always appreciate you. So thank you.
Doing an interview?
Okay. All right. So the celebrant of the day is someone worthy of praise in the news today. His name is Christian Vovi. He's a
Okay.
UN Reproductive Health Agency humanitarian coordinator in Haiti. And
Oh,
the reason why we want to celebrate him and we think he's worthy of praise is for his work and advocacy in the face of escalating violence in Haiti. So
wow.
he's working to provide essential services, particularly for women and young girls who
Right.
are affected by crisis, who face gender based violence.
Yes.
He vows in his efforts to take care of all the poverty conditions and displacement of people in Haiti, and the reduction in resources for humanitarian aid in Haiti. So his work highlights a critical need to protect humanitarian workers, to ensure funding, and to aid efforts, especially women. So we want to say congrats to Christian Volvi.
Congratulations, sir, for your humanitarian, all the work that you do. Thank you so much for continuing to just, because Haiti, I think, get hit so hard, and a lot of, you know, people, countries, it's like survival for the fittest for them. And I think, for someone who has been doing that, giving aid and just helping out in itself, it's a blessing, you know, because you don't really find that too much. especially with Haiti. I just think that, people doesn't. I just don't know. They just don't have that love for Haiti. I don't know. It's always they always bring down the country, but we gotta remember about history too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And it's interesting because they get a lot of flack, but Haiti was the first country in the Caribbean to have to gain independence. I mean, they have
Independence.
a very rich history. It shows that they were warriors. They did not get colonized like a lot
Right.
of the other Caribbean islands and other African countries. They fought for their independence. So I think that it's very important to understand that they have a very rich history, and to ostracize or marginalize them is literally unfair. And I feel like they get the bulk of issues, but to God be the glory,
Yeah.
they will prosper in the end.
Yes. All the time. All the
Yeah.
time.
Uh-huh.
So our topic tonight is another, you know, um, open topic. We want to talk a bit to the men tonight and hear from their stance. You know, we can ask them questions. If you have any questions out there, let us know, guys. Put it in the chat like you did last week. We freelancing day number 2, week number 2. All right. So let me get one of them. Hi, Thompson.
Married man. I was told to probably talk about
Okay.
my point of view.
Okay, good. All right, so we have Thompson, so I'm just going to switch it around and sit down with him.
Hello.
Okay, guys, so we have Thompson with us.
I'm sorry.
Thompson, welcome to Motivational Monday. You're on live here with us.
Hey, Thompson.
Hello, how you
This is
doing?
Philia
Hello.
of my Facebook crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. So, Thompson, we want to know how much years now you have been married?
8. Gonna be 8 years. Yeah, gonna be 8 years.
And how has married life been for you? Because I know for some people, especially men, they don't really like to talk much about, the struggles or keeping it real.
Okay.
I think men keep a lot of stuff inside and they doesn't really express themselves. But what could you tell us about marriage?
Marriage is beautiful, but in the not even the reverse, on the other side, uh, there's multiple sides. Marriage is difficult.
Right.
Marriage is what I've always heard as a never-ending compromise because it's about the union.
Yes.
So, for, just off the bat, that's what I can say about marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
And how it has been journey of being father. A lot of people not fortunate to be a father or be a dad. So what can you tell us a little about that?
I have one, and I'm blessed to have one. I always thought I would have 3. The 3 was the number that I grew up with my brother and my sister, and that seemed perfect. So I thought I would have 3. I wanted 3. I got 1, but 1 is a blessing because without 1, it would be none. So,
right.
I'm just blessed to have 1. If God had gave me more, I would have accepted it, but I'm super happy with my 1.
Okay, good. And what advice on the marriage scene can you give somebody out there who is struggling right now? Because sometimes, a lot of people, young people especially, are giving up on marriages right now. So what advice you have for them out there?
I don't even know if I would have advice because it's again, it's about different walks of life. Growing up, I always wanted to be married. I had friends in junior high school that I asked them, with me thinking that I want to be married, I had friends that told me that I don't want to be married, and they were committed to that.
Right. But
First,
for you, it's something that you wanted.
For me, it's something I wanted.
Right.
So when I say that, growing up, I noticed that other people had different
Points
of views. Married has to be for you.
Right.
You could be surprised and be happy in your marriage, and again, you could be surprised and not be happy in your marriage.
Yeah.
So for the background that I came from a church household, which I accepted.
Right.
I always thought it was going to be me and my other half.
Right.
And I came to realize my dreams and my wants. So it was perfect for me. However, doesn't mean that it's not without its trials and tribulations.
Right.
Sometimes I wish that I was in a boxing match with my wife.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think I lucked out.
Good.
Yeah.
Philia, you have any questions before Thompson go? Because I have two other men here.
Okay, good. Hey, Thompson, thank you for sharing. I actually just got married a couple of months ago, so this is kind of great to hear. Thank you so much. With marriage, like we talk about the ups and downs. What would you say was the most difficult year of the 8 years that you've been married for you and your wife?
Me and my wife are so evenly matched. Again, I would like to say I am blessed because I don't have the normal issues that I hear my counterparts have. Usually it's more of a, like this is my coworkers talking to me about how I need to listen more to my other half and understand certain love languages, understand how women are from Venus and men are from Mars.
Right.
Sometimes I say something and she don't understand it, and I feel as if I'm saying it in basic English,
yeah.
And vice versa. And you just need the grace to understand where the other person is coming from. The hardest part has probably been blending, because again, we're two individuals. Even though I feel as if we might be perfectly matched, we do have two ideologies.
Right.
They can be similar at times, but at other times they're totally different. And then it's just taking the time to just understanding. And understanding doesn't necessarily mean folding, but understanding, giving them the grace to, this is your reality, but this is my reality. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to tell you, just as I'm trying to understand what you're trying to tell me.
Right.
So again, it's just the work. It's just the work, honestly.
Good. So guys, we have a panel of guys tonight. So I just want to shift it.
All right.
Shift the guys.
If you want, I can step out and then get the next person in.
Okay.
Just turn it back.
So they don't have to see me, but
thank you, Thompson.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Thompson. Okay, good night, June. Good night, guys. All right, guys. So Philia, you have a first question you want to ask these guys?
Yes. Okay. So thank you all for being on, by the way, and sharing, because we don't have enough men that talk about this. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
What made you know that your wife was the one? Or what made you make the decision to propose or know that she was the one?
Because all these men are married men too. So go ahead. Question.
Okay.
So, good night, everybody. My name is Hoyt. This is my second time around.
Unmotivational, yes.
Unmotivational, and second time around on the marriage scene. And the mistakes that I made in the past, I hope that I learn from, so that I don't repeat this second time around. Right?
Can I ask you what mistakes you think you messed up in the first marriage?
Well, I wouldn't say messed up, but I learned a lot, whereas, men don't listen. For some reason, we hear, but it's not registering. So you need to take time to listen, and to listen to the needs of your partner, or they might be trying to tell you something that you might be continually repeating the error, but it's not sinking in. And that's a mistake that we make, and people need to learn to do that, so that it doesn't, at the end up being in a divorce.
Okay, good point. Philia, anything from you?
Yes, good point, Hoy. Thank you, and good to see you again. Yeah, I like the fact that you talk about rectifying the things that you felt not necessarily mistakes, but did not necessarily work in your previous relationship. So it's just being more cognizant, like you mentioned, the listening, because it's like I hear you, but hearing is half the battle, but it's also understanding. And even if you agree to disagree, it's knowing what battles you want to take on or not, because
Right.
clearly you're two different human beings, like our first guest mentioned, and you have two different ideologies, but you can still be evenly yoked and you can still get along even if you're not exactly the same person or have the same ideas. So I think that's a good point. So thank you for sharing that.
Right.
Once again, guys who locking in, we have a panel of men tonight. If you have any questions out there, just type it and I'll read for them. So we have Claude next, guys. Hi, Claude. Welcome to Motivational Monday. Thank you for chilling with us. And,
Of course.
it's all about each one teach one. And we want to hear from men. So one of my questions will be, why do men cheat? Or why do men, if you don't want to put it as cheating, why do men help?
Oh,
Find pleasure outside your marriage.
Right, outside your marriage.
And
that can help.
Because
Did
some
not-
people
did
doesn't
not
like the
pertain
word
to me.
cheating, but they say the helping. So I don't know.
Did not pertain to me, but I do.
This is controversial.
No, this is a good question because
Yes.
I do have a lot. Because I'm the youngest one. I've been married for 3 years. Been with my wife for 12 years. And I love my wife. But hearing about friends that I do have friends that are married currently, and it's like, oh, we're gonna go to this party, we're gonna link up with this girl, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and I'm like, so why did you take your vow?
Right.
In essence, I feel like some men, they step out is because they're not being satisfied at home.
Right.
So if they could find somebody else that that's doing what they want to do, without the nagging. Why am I staying home all the time for? I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna have my fun, and I'll come home, and then I'll still right.
So
But
my thing is, women not.
Right.
That's my question to you.
Well,
guys.
to me, my wife doesn't nag me.
Right.
I feel like when she speaks to me, it's more so. Huh? No. I feel it's more so. It's not nagging. Well, to me personally, it's not nagging because I work all day and she works all day. And when she comes to me, it's like more sort of okay, I'm debunking what happened at work onto you, and you could do the same. But a lot of men don't take that into consideration. They feel like, okay, she's just talking in my ear, and I just want to go out, have a drink with the guys, and do whatever, and come back at 12, 1 in the morning.
Right.
So I wouldn't per se. Men don't. They don't choose to cheat.
Right. So how cheating comes into play?
I feel like
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more of a value situation. Some men cheat because they can. Some men cheat because they're not getting something at home.
Right.
And some men cheat because they're conditioned. That's just the way that
They're wired.
They find love. And they might need therapy. They might need intervention. But people cheat for different reasons. You can't hone in on one reason why someone cheats.
Right.
So hold 1 second. So Anthony is saying, why always women cheat too? He's also saying some men cheat but will never leave his wife. Nicole is saying some men get access treatment at home and still cheats.
Okay.
So Anthony said, hold on. Anthony said some men cheat, but so with Anthony, sometimes I'm gonna keep it real. It's cheaper to keep her. I'm gonna keep it real. It's cheaper to keep her.
To the men.
You keep her, or you cheat and get a divorce.
Right.
You're gonna pay $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for the divorce and child support,
And he said it best,
Or-
I want half.
All right.
or you cheat and be in peace.
Right.
I keep it real.
Yeah.
I keep it real.
No, we want you to keep it real. We
So
want you to keep it
sometimes
real.
I feel like like, don't get me wrong, I have family members, like older gentlemen in my family, because they've seen their parents go through it and cheat and stuff like that. They feel like, oh, okay, that's normal. Like, I have older cousins that, hey, I'm with my wife, but hey, yo, we're gonna go to a club.
Right.
We're gonna meet with these girls. We're going back to the house, and then we'll go back home.
Right.
I've had older cousins that done that.
Right.
Me, I choose to not follow that footstep.
Right.
I go to a club and I go home because
Right.
I know what I have at home and I value what I have at home.
Right.
Some men that cheat, maybe they do value what they have at home, but they're getting more outside of home.
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah, Nicole is saying you're getting A-class treatment. Some men get A-class treatment at home and still cheat.
So
I can't even talk to that. I don't cheat for two reasons. One, because I'm happy at home.
Right.
Two, I seen the results of when your spouse finds out that their significant other is cheating.
Right.
It's never,
Devastating.
it's
never
devastating.
It's devastating.
I've had family members, close friends.
Right.
I don't want to go through that. It's nothing nice at all. You wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy.
And to Nicole's point, to the outside world, it may seem like they're getting A-class treatment at home.
Right.
But are they really? Ask the men that. Are they really getting A-class treatment at home? To you, it may seem like, oh, they got the glamour, but at home, it's always, oh, why you not doing this? Why you not doing that? Why you always at work? Why you always doing this? I want this bag. I want these shoes.
Right.
You never know what's going on in the background.
Okay,
So,
Nicole is still saying there's no good enough reason for cheating. I think it's greed. They want to have their cake and eat it and this is for men and women. So she's saying
That's a
both.
right.
Yeah,
I agree to that.
yeah, both.
All right,
Yeah.
so there's a biological factor involved in here as well. Because according to the psychologists, they say that men are more promiscuous than women. Women are more nurturing,
Right.
whereas men are more promiscuous.
Right.
So, and there's another side to it where women cheat better than men
That's
Right.
what I've heard.
because they do things and they will act normal.
Right.
And you would never be the wiser.
They'll be sneaky with
Right.
it.
Yeah, they're very sneaky, but they're very good at what they
Cautious.
do.
They're very
So,
cautious.
when men think that they're doing it good, women are doing it better.
They've been one up.
Yeah.
And not even know.
So that's another thing that it all looks glamorous, but women they cheat too.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, like us fellas, like not us fellas over here, but I'm saying like men in general, if they cheat, they don't do it for,
Love.
let's say, right? They don't do it for love. They don't,
Lust.
it's not more so emotional. It's more
It's
so.
more physical.
It's more so physical.
Yeah.
Nigel, what it is?
It's accommodation
Okay.
because all right, we all have needs,
Right.
and if my needs are being met at home,
You have no reason.
I have no reason to cheat.
Exactly.
If even one of my needs is not being met at home, and I
You find that one
am
person.
afforded that privilege to fulfill that need somewhere else,
Mhm.
I have a choice to make,
There you go.
Mm.
right? And if I make that choice to go and get that need fulfilled there,
Right.
I'm labeled as a cheater.
Right.
Right? But then again, the nature of man, he started to hint at it, right?
Yes.
The nature of man is not to be monogamous. The challenge is to be faithful. Right?
Right.
And if we decide to accept that challenge, that is when things. There's a saying that brings it to reality. Women marry who they want to. Men marry who they can. So the female is the one that actually chooses.
Choose who they want to marry.
Choose who they want to
To
marry,
marry. Yeah.
right? Regardless of whether any of us here, any man, had that vision of being married to that person, but the woman chose that first.
Right.
We following in that footstep.
Right.
They have chosen us, and we rise into the occasion to fulfill their needs because it is in our nature to provide
Right.
shelter, security, food, all the basic needs.
Yeah. Provide, protect,
Safety.
profess.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we do that, and they are happy, we are happy.
Happy.
So we said, yes, we'll get married. Because everybody is fulfilled at that point in time.
That's why
Right.
they say happy wife, happy life.
But it's not that.
But they always for the other half.
Happy spouse, happy
Happy
house.
Okay?
Right?
Never heard that, but I'm
Yeah.
adopting it.
Philia, you have anything?
It's going through my system right now.
Yeah, this topic is always ongoing because this is my second marriage. In my first marriage, I was
Topic, if you don't mind me cutting you off. Right? The question always arises,
mhm.
why men cheat?
Right.
Right? Because they put it on the men to be the unfaithful partner in the relationship. If I suspect that my wife is cheating, what am I to do? Confront her,
Or keep it bottled in.
keep it bottled in, and deal with the emotions all on my own? Do nothing, pretend I don't know. What am I to do? The easy thing for a man to do is to go outside. Right? That's the easiest thing. And one of the as the good brother said, women cheat better. So having the better cheater alongside you, having the better cheater alongside you, right? And you have the suspicion that they have been cheated, but you could never tell for sure because they are better.
Right.
Right? You trying to be, I'm speaking to the men, you trying to be faithful, responsible partner. But tell yourself, all right, I have suspicions about X, but I want to be the man in the relationship and hold up my end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I am going to remain faithful and convince my wife, my spouse, that I am doing what I'm supposed to do, and you are as my rib. You are supposed to take lead from me and follow along my lead.
Philia. Yeah.
However,
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Finish.
However, I still have my suspicions, and I have to deal with it. Right? And that weighs heavy on a man's mind if he has those suspicions. Right? However, he chooses to act on it. The weaker men cheat. That is how they deal with it. I get even. That is the end of it. Right? The average man would seek counseling, talk to the friends, talk to the peers, right? And try to work it out. What does the bigger man do?
There's an ugly side too.
What does the bigger man do?
Commits.
But hold on, Wifey. Philly, I have a question though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do women cheat?
That's exactly what I was saying.
I think women cheat for emotional reasons. I think that's why when women cheat, it's more painful because men cheat more because of a physical thing. The reason why I wanted to mention this is because I've been cheated on in my past relationships, and after the anger and the hurt and I've moved on, I've had candid conversations with my exes, my ex-husband, the man I was with for 13 years after him, and they both admitted that for them, the reason why they cheated was because one, I was too independent. It felt like they were never needed. And these other women made them feel like they were the damsel in distress, like they felt needed. So it was easy to gravitate to someone where they felt like they were men, like, like I know how to fix cabinets. I can put up TVs and put up hardware, and it felt like it emasculated them. So there was a part of them, no matter how attracted they were to me, that made them feel like even if I leave, she'll be fine. She makes good money, blah, blah, blah. She's educated. So that was one thing. Another, my exes also told me that the women they cheated with was not necessarily better in bed than I was, but but they did it because it was a challenge. They loved the chase because I was a good wife. I did provide all these things. So it got boring for them. So they wanted to feel stimulated and feel wanted and needed, and I didn't necessarily give them that. So these were other reasons. And again, the ones they cheated with weren't even more attractive, but they still did it anyway. So I used to try to ask so many questions to just get to the bottom of why though, like why. So when a woman does it, I think, Chris Rock said it best in his comedy. He was like, men are sloppy. They think they know better, but they don't. And women, when you find out they've been cheating, it will be somebody who has already been in your house so many times, somebody who's in the book club, somebody who you give a pound to, and you find out that woman has been cheating with that person. So, question.
So my question is though, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he saw that you're a provider, you are, let's say you are A1 and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think about, okay, trying to get down, have a conversation with him, like, hey, babe, listen, even though I may be the breadwinner, such and such,
Right.
you know what? I'm gonna let you, be the man and everything, like, put your foot forward and you lead, and I'll take a step back and not lead. Did that ever cross your mind?
It did, but I think at that point the damage had already been done, that the emotional connection was already, there was a disconnect already. So I think the amount of energy and time it would take to mend that had already passed. I think then it just became about anger, and then now you're arguing, and now it's like, I'm gonna start a fight with you because it's just easier if you get mad and I leave and then go do what I want to do. So yes, so that's why in the second relationship I said, okay, I'm going to do things differently and not hound you and not bother you and let you be. And it felt like I created a monster, because now that person ended up actually marrying another person and had like 6 kids on me. And I stayed because I was like, I left one relationship and it's almost like I went from the pot to the fire with the second. So it's almost like it made me do two extremes in a sense. One, I was very submissive and very this, and then the other one, it felt like I was a tyrant. And as I said, the relationship before this one, I wasn't married, but I was with them for 13 years. So I think now I feel like, okay, I think I got this a lot more under control. I know when to be submissive. I know when to be a little dominant, but I always still make sure my man always feels like he's the man. Even if I know how to do things, I take that step back. So like Hoyt mentioned earlier, it's like learning from your mistakes and correcting them as you're going along, and just really getting to know your partner. So
Okay, wait, before we continue, Nicole is saying, yes, I've seen it firsthand and I speak from experience. Nicole is always saying, but if the woman needs aren't being met and she does the same thing as a man, she's classed as a whore, but the man is classed as a Dan. Me saying, Sparrow said it best, the one who you love never married to she, but the one who loves you takes straight down to the aisle. Nicole is always saying, have a conversation. That's why relationship and marriages doesn't work. We need to keep it real with our significant other, regardless of if it's hurt. It is better to be hurt and truthful than to live in denial and despair. Diane is saying his ego talk to him more. First thing he thinks is his sex isn't good enough.
Let me answer Nicole a little bit.
Huh?
Let me talk to Nicole a little bit.
Yes.
Right? Read back the second to last comment from Nicole.
But if the woman needs aren't being met and she does the same thing as a man, she's classed as a whore, but the man is classed as a Dan. That one? Like a Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that applies today. That was a statement. That was a excuse that was used
years ago.
That does not apply today. The advent of the independent woman has changed that narrative. Right? When a woman decides that, and it's a decision they make, when they decide that they can do all on their own, and then allow a man into their space, right? And Isaac and the words are chosen carefully. Allow a man into their space, right? they make room for him where they see it fit for him to fit in. And they still maintain who they are independently, trying to be the independent woman while having a man who his basic need is to feel wanted. And if that basic need isn't met, that is where the story starts to turn. From the time a man does not feel that he's needed, not wanted, needed, whether it is emotionally, physically, financially, give him a place where he feels he is needed, irreplaceable. And that man stays there forever.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
You wanted to say something?
No, I'll read it.
This is from Carrie.
A question came from Carrie. It says, would any of the men answer this question? If you know your friend is cheating on their wife or husband, would you tell them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Reason?
That's 9 times out of 10. That is their business. You don't even know if the wife knows and chooses not to say anything. That's a conversation between a wife and a husband. Something I would definitely say if I knew somebody was cheating on my sister, I would tell them because that's a different.
That's blood.
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
I mean, think so yeah. No, I would say no.
I would say no for a slightly different reason.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get that yellow.
I have my own problems to do.
Yeah.
Why should I take yours on my shoulder just like that?
Right.
Voluntarily.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Sides to a coin.
Right.
You might say no, but other people would think that they would have failed their friend or whoever it is by not stepping up to the plate and saying something.
I understand that point of view.
So here's my take on this, right? I've had family members that I know, like that they're my older cousins and everything. Like I know them from when I was young, and they stepped out in the marriage.
Right.
But their wife knew that they were stepping out. But every time we have like a family reunion or anything like that, if anybody brings it up, the wife gets mad like, "Oh, why are you bringing this up? I don't want to deal with it right now."
You become the enemy.
Yeah.
I become the enemy. Like, hey.
Yeah.
What? So I would say no because I do not want to be the enemy.
Right.
If you already know what's going on, or if you have a idea of what's going on, who am I to bring it up again anywhere?
True.
Because then you'll be against me. Say, oh, we're let's say we're linemen or we're in a party or anything like that. Oh, why are you bringing this up now? Saying, oh, such and such is cheating on me.
My reason for saying that.
Jason, what do you think?
I would say
don't
no.
want nobody to tell me.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. Jason?
I would say no because it's a thin line. Because you have to look into if they have families, kids, you know.
Right.
So you don't want to really damage
the
relationship.
Imagine you tell somebody, hey,
and as he says,
like,
that's,
for example,
that's
you know,
their
you say, hey,
business, you know.
I see such and such in a party, whining and dancing on this person. And like, oh, for real? Okay, but we got 3 kids together. So that's a whole argument starting right there. And now, God forbid, at the end of the day, it ends in divorce. Now everybody hates you because like, oh, you messed up my marriage.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm invested in both sides.
Right.
Yeah.
If my whomever, wife or husband, becomes my friend, I might talk to that person, but I might talk to the cheater before I talk to the cheated.
Right.
But it's honestly a conversation between husband and wife,
Yeah.
and you never know how it's gonna go. I've been in situations in my younger years ago where I told somebody that they were cheated on, and I don't know how.
You're the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
And now I lost a friend because
And they're back together,
Yeah.
right?
Come to the club.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Mind my
talk.
business.
Mind your business.
Mind
Give
your
us
business.
that,
Mind
mind
your
your business.
Drink
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah,
Mind
mind
your
your
business.
business.
So, I stay clear of that,
Yeah.
because it can take so many
Especially if it's a
facades.
marriage,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
children.
There's 2 things I want to say that needs to be taken into consideration. Men and women need to know their place. A woman's place is in the home. She's in charge of the home. The husband is the provider. he's the one that wearing the pants. Some with these women nowadays, they want to wear the pants
Which is
as
true.
well,
Yeah.
and that's where the confusion comes in.
Yeah.
But why you think it's that? Because I would say I'm a single woman, and if I have a man and he's not stepping up to the plate, I have to wear the pants and the skirt.
But
So,
that's a
No,
different
no,
Let's
that
say-
means you got the
You
wrong man.
compromise.
Yeah.
You got the wrong man.
In order to keep the man, you compromise.
Hold on. I understand. I get what she's saying.
I understand what you're talking about.
Right?
Basically, what you're saying is, you
But
know,
I don't have a husband or living with a man.
you
so
have to do everything yourself.
Yeah, but I can't
So you
really
gotta cut
talk on it. But I'm just saying, sometimes in my previous, relationship, having somebody there and he's not a go-getter or doing that, now you have to do or say that everything you want to do. It comes like if you now wearing the pants and the skirt, so I just say,
That's it.
that kind of man is money poor man.
Would you invest the time to find out that man's strength?
Well, before I didn't, but now I'm willing to.
You're
Because
in-
once you invest the
Well,
time to
sense
find
of-
out that
You're in
man's strength,
compromise.
Yeah.
and
Now
allow
I'm
him
willing to
bring his strength
compromise
to the
and
relationship.
realize that
Right.
I'm an alpha female, didn't say. So I'm trying to be, not be alpha anymore and be a little more submissive.
So honestly, like what I said, it's always two sides to a coin, right? You could have a relationship where no,
It's the truth.
right. His, hers, and then the truth. But it's always two sides. You could be the dominant man. Your wife is at home cooking, doing everything. You bringing the money and you're paying all the bills and
And she's with
everything.
the milkman.
Yes.
Oh,
Or the
Yeah.
postman.
No more cereal.
I'm a postman. Make no more mail. But in all seriousness, and then she could also be the type where you're working, I'm working. Let's bring it all together
Right.
and pay all the bills, and then we have X, Y, and Z amount of money. Yo, let's take a vacation for 2 months. We don't gotta worry about nothing.
So I brought up the point about independent women, right? And an independent woman included, what is called it?
Yeah,
Open and close.
and the
Right.
woman-
Quotations.
Yeah.
In quotations.
Yeah, quotations, right?
That's me.
Independent woman told me, she said, I pay my own bills. I have my own business. I make more money than any man that I've ever been with.
So then, in something like that,
Yeah.
you don't need a
you
man.
just add on to her.
Right.
You
Listen
you
to her point.
water her flower.
Right. Listen to her point. And to a point, I agree with her. Right? She said she could make $1 million a day if she meets a man tomorrow. And that man does not step up in terms of trying to fulfill his role as a man. Forget what I have.
Right.
The house need groceries, go and get it.
Right.
I need to go on a date, take me.
Right.
Take care of me. I'm your wife. I'm your woman. Take care of me.
But if she's bringing the money, then what's the issue?
Listen, she is giving up her independence
To you.
so that the man could be a man.
Man.
Right.
Right.
Right?
So
So that's where I agree with her.
Right.
Right?
Okay, so
But today now, the independent woman, the other independent woman who feel that like Phyllis,
yeah.
who feel like
Leave it out. Leave you out.
who feel like they are the alpha,
Yeah.
and because a man comes into my life, he has to find his space in my life
Okay.
and then make his presence felt. No.
So
Right.
I'm
Can I read this because
Go
it's
ahead.
another question? So Diane is saying men code. Shadrach is saying in 2025 both persons can wear the pants. Shadrach is saying working women and working men is in the society we live in now. June is saying so why women does go out and work in this day and age you must be equally yoked. Diane is saying to the men, how do you feel about a married couple and both people have a side person for years? Is that a base for separation?
But why? I mean, it might not be a base for separation. But my question is, why even marry?
Right.
Why don't you stay
Right,
to a boyfriend and girlfriend?
Well, hold on. Let
have
me
that situation.
let me answer for the younger generation.
because you said right now.
I only 33. Let me answer for the younger generation. So from what I've seen, I've been watching since I was 21. Younger generation nowadays, they, even though let's say your wife or your woman, they have a business and everything, they're making money. Because I know that I know females that have their business and everything, and their boyfriends, their DJs and stuff like that. What they do is they invest into them, because one thing I've learned with women, especially even with my wife, you invest in them, you make $1, that dollar will turn to $100. So that's one thing I've learned. So for the young generation and women saying, "Oh, but I'm making all the money, but I'm taking a step back," that's, to me, that's them being vulnerable to you and allowing you to, to step up and be the man.
Right.
That was most of like what you were saying
Yeah,
earlier.
I get that.
So that's them to be stepping up
I'm gonna say that I agree to that point.
to be the man. And like I could have, $1 million here saved up, but let's say you make 100,000. All right, cool. Your 100,000, we'll save that. That million that I made, we're going on a trip.
So in this,
We're gonna ball out.
layman terms, what people of this generation is saying that they have to lower their standards.
Not more to lower the standards.
Yeah, because what is out there is
No.
not equivalent to what they are accustomed to.
But the thing is, what I feel also is, I've seen I was looking at a live earlier saying that why are more women, because just plain topic, the shooting that happened in Brooklyn, right? They were saying, why are more women headed towards the, "Oh, you're a scammer, I want Dior, I want Louis, I want Gucci, I want this, I want that," versus the, "Oh, I'm working a 9 to 5, I'm gonna get you what you want, but it won't be today, it won't be tomorrow,
Right.
but eventually you're gonna get it."
Right.
So
They don't want to wait. They want it now.
they want it now. So that's why I'm saying, like, some women nowadays, they're so accustomed to the fast life and
Right.
getting it today
No.
from different people.
Right.
So what they do is they'll deal with, Harry that's over there cheating, but Harry's gonna bring you 2 Louis bags and 3 Gucci sneakers.
So they have a man for everything. A guy for Louis, a guy for Gucci, and a guy for the supermarket.
Right, but the thing is, the guy for the supermarket, that's what they're saying. "Oh, I love my husband. I love him. He do everything." But in their back pocket, they have, "Oh, Harry's getting me some Louis sneakers today. Oh, Joe's giving me a Gucci bag tomorrow."
Right.
So
Roger kind of the Paris.
right, but that's the thing with nowadays. So it's like nowadays the standard, quote unquote, to me, being the youngest one in the room, I don't think there's a standard no more for young women. Let me phrase that. Young women. Like everybody that's over 35, 40, anything like that, they know their standards. They know what they bring to the table, and they want a man to either match it or could keep up with what they
Why
bring to
is
the
there
table.
table in it?
That's a good
Because
question.
it is used as a measuring
But
stick.
you know what I always thought? So one thing I told my wife, the first time I met my wife, she goes, "Oh, what you bring to the table?" You know what I tell her? "I'm the table. What are you gonna put on top of me?"
Okay.
I'm the table.
Right.
Because I know what I bring and then what I could do.
Right.
So it's like women, you water them, they flourish.
Right.
You put into them what you want.
You give them a sack of flour, they give you a bread.
There you
And that's
go.
what the Bible says. A woman will multiply
What you give
to them.
Right.
And when
Yeah.
men realize
You give them
what they
one.
have, they're supposed to treat women better.
Right. But also it's like sometimes some women you give them, like you say, you give them the sack of flour,
Right.
but they don't give you anything. They just give you dough.
If they know how to make the dough.
If they know how to make the dough.
They might know how to make it.
I'm not wrong.
What they gonna do with the dough afterwards?
I'm not wrong.
Some of them will look at you just like that.
You give them
What
the
you give me
flour,
that
all they put is a
for?
little bit of
What
water.
to do with this?
You get the dough, and that's it. And they don't know what else to do.
Right.
So that's why sometimes you tell people, like women, especially like my wife, I told her like, our third date, I told her like, "You know what? I'm gonna marry you." That's what I told her on the third date. She didn't believe me because of past relationships.
Right.
But when I showed her, you know, what I'm capable, like what I'm
Bring
like,
to the table.
what I bring, well, no, I was the table. So when I show her what kind of table I am, like I'll show her like my background and you know, like everything.
Right.
Then she's like, okay, this is different. This is somebody that I could see my life with,
Right.
and vice versa. So it's like, why not?
Right.
So
So when I met my wife, right? Very somewhat one dance thing. I met my wife in a club.
And how much years you
And-
married now?
and
Elijah?
that one thing.
I only got married about 11 years ago, right?
Okay.
And we danced and we danced. And after that night, every time we went out, people would notice a difference. In that, one woman who I used to meet while dancing while we go out, that's when I go out by myself. Because before that, I never used to be carried out anyway.
Right.
I would go by myself,
Right.
right? And this woman, a good friend of mine, we dancing, and she said, I see you meet somebody that they start to carry out now. Things get different with you.
Yes,
People
Say
observe.
yes.
People
Yes.
observe.
Yes.
people grow up.
Yes.
So there's
Yeah,
a reason
people
for
grow up
that,
like that.
right? There's a reason for that. I said, what I come out here and meet every day, I leave it right here,
Right.
That's it.
That's not nice. Nice.
right? I leave it right there. I mean, I come out, we have a good time, and I jump in my car and I go home. You
Before I
jump
look
in
at my
your
car,
car,
forget
you,
about
whatever
you.
ride you have, and you go your way, and I go my way.
That's it.
And she, in particular, that same woman I'm talking about, you start buying me for that. She said she would watch men come in this club. Because that particular club that I used to line in all the time. Because it was convenient, right down the road from mine.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Right? And I would go there, I home and I have nothing else to do. I'm bachelor, I go down the road and I line. I have my time and I go back home. And she would look at me and say, every other man in here come in here to see what they could carry home.
Right.
You come in here to dance and go back home. She said, I watch it almost every weekend when you come. Right?
Yeah.
I said, you would observe that because you're my friend. I said, the other people would say, I come in to dance with everybody.
Right.
Mhm.
Right?
And that.
Then, when I met my wife, right there, coincidentally, for a while I didn't go. And then when I started going back, I went with her. And that's when people started to notice the difference.
Right.
Coming with somebody, and I'm leaving with that same somebody, and I'm having fun just as when I came by myself before.
Right.
Right? So,
But no ulterior motives.
within 3 weeks of me taking her to that club, that same friend of mine said, like your mother, you know, nobody ever changed your perspective on life like you. That is it.
So with that, right?
Yeah.
I feel like when you go to certain places, some people have a different point of view. Because back in my younger days, I used to promote parties actually in Brooklyn and everything like that. I go to a club, I get get a group of girls go to the club. They always think, oh, you're gonna go home with this girl, you're gonna go home with that girl. But no, I'm just happy to have a good time. But when I get to the car, I don't even know who you are. I don't even know your name.
Right.
I don't care for you.
Right.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
And then
Worse if I get drunk.
you forget before
From
you
the
even walk
time
out
I'm
the wall.
drunk, I ready for my bed.
Exactly.
I have no friends with that drunk.
Okay, so I have some questions here. Shadrach is saying, I think in relationships have different levels when it comes to finances, sex, and power. I know many men who do not earn more than their woman and they have no power struggle. How do we then describe stay-at-home dads? That is one. June is saying that's why you work and buy what you want. I guess that's what they were saying. Francis is saying, interesting that no one speak about respect because it's not always about love.
Love should be, to me, number one. But, love doesn't pay bills. Love doesn't do a bunch of other things. But respect always should be there.
Respect is understood.
And then when you're being respected. With a stay-at-home dad don't mean
Don't do nothing.
that person doesn't fulfill his role. Maybe he wants to be a stay-at-home dad. Maybe he sees he wants to. He has a nurturing spirit.
I spoke about that.
Yeah.
When a man feels that he's needed, if that's the man's way that he feels he's needed, that's how he feels he should contribute to the relationship.
And if she lets him as well. So that's how he feels.
No, but that's how we accept the rule.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
listen to this part.
So can I read just these questions and
Yeah,
then go to the
Go
comment?
ahead. Go ahead.
June is saying, I work and buy Gucci bag and walk with my husband. You don't need nobody outside to buy you nothing. If you are a married woman thinking like that, you need to be single.
Yes.
Anthony is saying, Francis, you are correct. Respect is boss. Diane is saying, these younger couples nowadays don't know how to build together. Most of the young men asking now, what are you bringing to the table? Boy, bye. A man is the head of the home, straight talk. Need to bring to this table. Junior said, no, marriage is not easy, but giving up is stepping out and fighting and standing for what you committed to is being strong. It's easy to ignore problems and hard to face them. Marriage is fighting for what you are committed to.
But hold on, let me answer that question
Go
real
ahead.
quick.
It's a lot.
The young question.
Go ahead.
So saying, what's that? It said
Which one?
the younger couples nowadays
Yes.
don't know how to build together. So I'm gonna stop you right there. I purchased my house when I was 28 in Long Island. That was before I married my wife, and we were together. So once I told her I was buying my house, she said, "Okay, you gonna buy your house? What do you need help with?" I'm not afraid to admit it. My wife is a mental health therapist. Yeah, she make a couple $1,000s more than me, but does she show it? No. We share the bills. We buy the groceries, and someday she'd be like, "Hey, you know what, babe? Today, I feel about 10%. All right, that's up to me. Pick up the other 90%. And what I do, I figure the 90, whatever she needs, anything like that, I get it. I work hard. I still buy her what she needs. Sometimes I'm surprised if she wants a Gucci shoes, Gucci bag, or anything like that. I'll work hard and I'll buy it. Like you seen Danny.
Yeah.
Like she don't need for nothing, and that's from speaking from a younger person.
Couple. Yeah, younger.
We built together. Like we got our house, and I say our house because her name's on the house. Like I put her in the house, and we share some of the bills. Majority of them, I paid them. Now if she say, "Babe, you know what? This week you don't gotta work hard. I got the light bill. I got the cable bill." I'll say, "All right, cool. I'm not gonna fight her on that because then that's the money that I'm saving, and because she did that, I'm gonna get her something."
Right.
So
Compromise.
right. So saying that the younger couple doesn't really know how to build, that's some of them,
Right.
not
Not
everybody.
Right, so to my
Thank you,
point,
young couple.
right, to my point,
Right?
we as men don't realize how hard it is. We talk about stay-at-home dad. Flip that.
Stay at home mom.
Stay-at-home mom, the housewife. Have you ever walked in the shoes of a housewife?
It's hard.
It is hard. You gotta know, how you figure that out? You see, when you live by yourself and you gotta do everything by yourself, that's when you realize and you get to appreciate what a woman does in the home to make, and there's an old saying, it takes, a woman is what makes the house. And a house is not a house unless, it's not a home unless a woman is part of that home. She is the homemaker, and men need to respect that. And women need to respect the other part of it, where let a man be a man.
She basically the blueprint,
Yes.
and us men build on top
Right,
of that.
you build on that, and the Bible talks about it. A woman is your partner. You're supposed to treat her equally. And what's his name sang the best song when it comes to this?
Who's that?
Sing this song.
Sing the song. How it go?
A house is not a house.
That's Luther
Luther
Vandross.
Vandross. Yeah.
If there's no one living there. Come on,
Yeah.
take it from there.
This is good right here.
Right, so
Wait, I'm sorry. A question just came that to me I think is real good for the guy from Shedrack,
Yeah.
it says, it comes down to the question, do you allow your partner to take the whole check? Do you rotate the payment or do you split the check?
It don't matter. It
Nah.
depends.
There
It
you go.
depends on what happens in the conversation between the man and the woman and how they're gonna handle things and how they're comfortable with keeping it going. There's no monolith about how things are supposed to go. It's about two people coming together, understanding there's a system and how they're gonna work in that system.
Exactly.
And it's between them two. That's it.
Right.
But
You know?
if 1 week you're down and they're up, they cover you. The
That's
next
it.
week they're down, you up, you cover them.
Yeah, whatever way you come.
Balance.
Exactly. It's yin and yang.
Yeah.
As when there's balance, everything works out perfectly.
So relationships are built on tenets, right? Finance is one. Respect is one. Right? Those are the two biggest tenets that most relationships tend to have problems with.
Finances
Finance and respect.
and respect.
True.
Right? So conversations, not just conversations, communication down to earth, heartfelt communication is what will solve that is both issues.
Right.
Because if you don't know how you disrespect me,
Right.
then you will continue.
Right.
Right? If you don't know how we are going to meet our needs financially, one party will keep expecting that the other party is going to fulfill that need.
Right.
So that's where the heartfelt communication comes in.
And with that being said, honestly, with all men, to me personally, I feel like all men, as a younger man, I feel we all need to go to therapy.
Men?
Every man needs therapy because there are things that we hold on to that we don't tell our partners.
Who's going to be a therapist? A woman?
No,
No.
but
Just
that's,
saying, man.
but see, that's what I'm saying. And men in general.
Yeah. Yeah, but if all men need therapy, who's going to be the therapist? I'll be honest with you.
My therapists are my crew of brothers that I have, because we bounce off things.
Each other, we feel the energy.
And we feel the energy.
Right.
And you have to pick and choose.
Who
Sometimes,
who you
not
speak to.
even that. Let's say I have you guys, right? And I'm telling you guys my issues. You guys telling me, oh, this is how you fix it. I might take a piece from you and a piece from you.
Because that's what applies to your situation.
Yes,
as far as you
exactly.
interpret it.
Right.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But honestly, as a young guy, I feel like everybody, men and women, everyone should have a therapist. So just to, not even more so, like get advice,
Not
not to
necessarily
get
a
advice.
therapist. Somebody
Just
somebody
to
to
try
open
to
up to.
talk,
open up to,
somebody
yes.
you feel connected with, like, hey,
Yeah.
let's say like your chin, but like, yo, bro, yesterday, I had a bad day. And be like, yo, what happened? And you just like let him know what happened. Like, you know what? Yo, that was yesterday. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about today and tomorrow. Because yesterday already happened. You can't do nothing about it.
Right.
I feel like everybody in the world needs somebody to relieve that pressure.
Yes.
Because honestly, as men, I feel like, and I ain't gonna lie, even me, we hold on to things where sometimes it's like eating us up inside, but you feel like you don't have nobody to touch it because they're gonna judge you, or you can't talk to them because it's like, if I tell them this, they're gonna think I'm weak, so I'm gonna keep bottled in.
Yeah.
So I envy you with your youth, right? Because when I was your age and a little younger, I had people I could talk to
But
without repercussion.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Back then,
and it was easier to talk to these guys because I was the leader. Right? I've always been the leader in any group that I'm in. It's not a boost or
Yeah.
but people gravitate to me and I need.
so
Right. So when I have issues, it's more difficult for me to go to people
Right.
for
Because
Advice
everybody's looking up to you.
everybody looking at me.
Right.
That is a thing that's a question that always comes up. Who do the strong people go to when they need help?
and that's what I'm saying.
Well, he's saying everybody need a doctor.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody that's strong,
Yeah.
that's what everybody that's strong or think they're strong
Strong could be weak
need-
at sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
all the
You're
strong
right.
need therapy.
You're
Because
I didn't say I was strong.
no, that's not. But I
No,
understand
but
that.
I didn't give
understand.
myself
But
that
that's
label.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but sometimes too, as a woman, I could talk from my point of view. I have those moments. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed because I have to take care of my mother, or if there's anything wrong with my mom, my sister, them will call me from Trinidad, and I have to figure it out. My niece, my nephew, everybody,
And then
friends,
everyone- it's from
everybody
you.
look up to me, and it's me. But sometimes who saying, Phyllis, how was your day?
And-
You understand? Sometimes I feel
And
overwhelmed
back to
too.
the question at hand. Then that little side chick said, Nice. How was your day? And you are allowed to explode.
Right.
Yeah, give everything.
Right.
Stop.
Yeah.
We ain't got those, but- It's like, you know,
Yeah.
it feels bad.
You want to know about my
But that's the thing. A lot of people that are young women these days, and I'll take a lot of young women these days, because y'all older than me,
Right.
and I'm learning from you guys.
Right.
A lot of the younger ones these days, women, they don't want to come up to you like, yo, how's your day today?
Right.
It's always, yo, babe, you good? You hungry? Anything, Nick? You always ask me then that question, and they say no, and they never say, how's your day? How's work? What happened at work? Did
Right.
you have a good day?
Right.
What happened yesterday? I see you was in a bad mood. You want to talk about it? That's the reason why I feel like as men, we need like a safe space
Yeah, safe
to
space. Yeah.
let it all out. Like,
Yeah.
yo, it's like me coming to your Thompson, yo, bro, we're gonna get this bottle. Bro, just hear me out real quick.
Every year's gonna talk.
Like,
That's
like, yo,
vibe.
we're gonna talk like, yo, I had a bad day. It's like, yo, man, this feel at work. Not y'all.
Yeah.
The afternoon crew.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this feel at work pissing me off, man.
Yeah.
I can't stand them.
Right.
And they be like, yo, bro, you know what? Don't even worry about it. You're not working with them right. You did your 8 hours. You clocked out. Forget it. And
Right.
things like
They
that.
sympathize you. Yeah, I heard so there was so with somebody.
And that's it.
They act like that with everybody. You know,
Right.
don't pay attention
Yeah.
to them.
And that's the thing.
So, some years ago, right? They said the traffic controllers really did some big scientific study, and they said that was the most stressful job they did.
Mhm.
A few years after that, we did this study, and they say prison officers or correctional officers took them because they were second place at that first thing.
Right.
So I spent 35 years working as a prison officer. Up till now, I've retired recently. Up till now, nobody that I've been with has been concerned about my mental health.
And that's the problem.
Right? Until my life.
But that's the problem. As
You see,
men,
he found somebody
Yes.
that's
but he found
Filter.
but that's
Yeah.
the problem. Me having a wife as a mental health therapist, and when she comes home, and I'm like, yo, babe, you seem off. What happened? She's like, yo, this one client, going through this. This one client don't got no arms.
She has all
And
the
it-
issues to deal with. She needs to talk to somebody.
Right. But then,
And you did
here's the-
exactly what she needs.
but then here's the other change. When I asked her that, and she said like, yo, I'm like, yo, babe, you know what? Listen, they're alive. You did what you were able to do to help them. Now focus on you. How are you feeling? She's like, you know what? All right, you're right. I got dirt off my shoulder. You're right. I'm good and everything. Like it's just that had bothered me a little bit, but I'm able to speak it out.
Right.
And then she asked me, she's like, yo, babe, how was your day? Like she be asking me like, yo, babe, how was your day? I'm like, man, I had a long day. I had to do this, that, and the third, and things like that. She's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. She's like, yo, you want to drink? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I could use a drink. Let's go get a drink or two and go home.
Right.
So it's things like that. Sometimes, even if you don't go into the in depth
Detail.
with what's going on,
Right.
once you're able to say, like this happened, that happened,
Yeah.
then that's the one for you because they actually care about your mental health.
Right. All right.
So,
Diana's saying, well, that's great. That's for you. Bless your union, but there's not much like you out here. Nicola's saying, say that again, sir. You are so correct. That's when you are talking. Fill in the gap. Correct is working together. Truth, your peace, dear brother. Tonight was quite interesting. The panel did well. That's you guys. Thank you.
appreciate
I
it.
like these conversations. This is real life stuff we deal with day to day. Nobody asks the strong how they are doing. Just always expecting them to be there when they need them. Some good vibes. Do enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Phyllis, when you are bringing the woman. Okay, so I'll get the woman.
Yes.
Yes.
That's coming. I will bring my wife expeditiously to the front and center.
I will
I'll fly
bring the
my wife
woman.
out to that.
Yes. So I want to say thank you guys for locking in. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Thompson, Claude, Nigel, Hoyty. Philia, go ahead, closing comments.
No, I think that they've answered a lot. It puts a lot into perspective. We really thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you, gentlemen, for your candidness.
As us men, every man, get a therapist. It helps.
Thank you.
I agree.
Yes, for the men out there. So, we wanted this because we find a lot of men don't really talk. So Philia and I really do appreciate that men out there now could feel a lot more comfortable because they watch motivational, but they don't speak up.
We don't feel about it.
No. So we
Yeah.
want to say thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right, Philly.
All right. It was very
All right.
enjoyable. Great
That's nice.
job. Thank you, baby.
9:22. We did an
Yes.
hour and a half.
Yes.
Peace out.
Peace out, guys. Mwah. Go and enjoy your party. Take care. Bye, baby.
Leave it.